Greetings and welcome, troops, to another episode of Let's Play Regiments. Alright. Operation 7. Black Hole's Mad Dash. The gap between the GSFG and the follow-up reinforcements offers a unique opportunity. 5th Corps will strike deep into the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment, and the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment will be the tip of the spear. Alright, so it will be the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment. The 22nd to the 24th of June, so presumably the end of the initial conflict. And we are part of the 5th US Corps CENTAG, which is the Central Army Group, I believe. Anyway. Colonel. While the Soviet onslaught is running out of steam, the 1st Belgian and 3rd German Corps area is still in chaos, with Reforger reinforcements making little difference. On the southern front, the limited skirmishes are escalating as the Czechoslovakian armies start their belated movement, while the French remain reluctant to commit the bulk of their forces. No surprise we're hearing rumors of Germans discussing a ceasefire even at the de facto borders. Up high, command thinks they're missing the bigger picture. The Soviets are spent, and the follow-up forces are decisively struck fighting the insurrection in Poland. GSFG bloodied our first-line corps good, but now it's a few good strikes away from collapsing. 5th Corps has enough strength to deliver such a strike on its own. Two-pronged attack aimed at crippling the rear infrastructure at both Soviet 8th Guards Army and East German 3rd Army, concentrated around Erfurt. J-Star's airborne radar system will be providing regular updates for our forces as long as it's in the air. We will have practical omniscience. A growing number of disillusioned Volksarmee troops returning to the nascent Freie Deutsche Republic. More of an idea than an actual organization, but these unlikely allies can be useful, especially as Bundeswehr is not ready to commit to a counter-offensive. The long path awaits. Begin preparations. So, after long last, having to fighting with Germans, East Germans, Russians, Belgians, finally we get to play with some American troops. Which, you know, you'd think be the first-line defense in any NATO-Soviet war. But in any case, so, our objectives are to pass the Allied lines, penetrate enemy forward defenses, and disrupt enemy supply in rear assembly areas. There's 4 stages, which all have several phases, but not too many phases overall. We'll stick to medium difficulty with no modifiers. Right, so what does the cavalry regiment have? Well, a lot of reconnaissance tanks. So we should be able to see a lot. We have a lot of operational authority, and we can almost completely deploy everything we have. We also have the mighty M1A1 Abrams. This is probably, I'm using finger quotes, probably the strongest tank currently in game, but obviously nothing is invulnerable. And we get 2 of these. We also have some infantry with an infantry fighting vehicle and some infantry in Humvees, although there's a lot of them. We also get some Apaches, which I find kind of interesting that these have a negative stealth modifier, so these will be even more visible to enemy anti-air, I guess. But regardless, should have a good enough ability to kill enemy armor if it comes to that. If we can't take it with the M1A1s. Some Vulcan anti-air defenses. We have some mechanized engineers. And of course some mortars. As well as the supply trucks. Our active abilities or attack aids. The artillery smoke and the MLRS DPICM. Which should be good at dealing with most units, although it is fairly expensive, so we might look for some tac aids that are a little bit cheaper. Let's see what the log says. Passage of lines. The heavily attrited 5th Battalion and 18th Infantry hold the line near Hofbeaver village. Your task is to do a combat passage of its lines. Help them defend against the last-ditch attacks, then break the weakened enemy positions in the sector. Alright, that sounds fair enough. We have standard supplies. Right, we start with this normal amount of tax support. Let's see what we get in potential task forces. So we do get an option to upgrade these. And we could potentially upgrade this all the way to M1A1HA. Admittedly, I am not up on my lore on what exactly this means. But I presume if you put more letters behind it, it somehow is better. Alright, so we also get some more mortar teams, which will give us a relatively cheap artillery strike. This will give us artillery smoke, so... I mean, I'm not opposed to getting another M1 tank, but yeah, we'll have to see. We could get some napalm, which could be useful for breaking enemy defensive positions, if we can launch them, because I presume the enemy is also going to have fairly decent anti-air. And this, what is this exactly? A Cobra, so a slightly less advanced attack helicopter, but it doesn't have a negative stealth modifier, so see, it's also fairly well trained. Having an HQ unit could be useful. Let's see. So this is more infantry with IFVs and a Chaparral and anti-air missile system. Could be useful because I have seen some footage of this being played, and the enemy will be deploying a lot of aircraft against us. In which case the Chaparral will be more useful than the Vulcan. And the A-10 guns, yeah, the usefulness is debated, but you know, we'll see. Right, here is the Freie Deutsche Republic East Germans that can help. But to be honest, aside from the BMPs, do I really need this infantry? And then there's this recon task force. I think I have plenty of recon as is. I mean, the Humvee with ATs, kinda interesting. But I think I have more than enough. But I do want to have at least something on the field that I can use. Yeah, I would love to have this artillery strike on some level. I mean, having artillery is useful in many ways. But for now, as we are sort of more in a defensive posture, I think more infantry and potentially some anti-air to help us is more useful, so I'm calling in the gladiators for this one. I will also have 1 point in that, and that we should be able to call on as much as we need. And we'll see about how much operational authority we can get through this. Alright, so we have 125 victory points to be getting at Hünfeld. We have some allied garrisons. We can have an early exit. We must secure an exit. So let's see if we can do this. Alright, so what do I want? Alright, let's see. I think I'll take a recon focus for this particular one. Because I kind of want to set myself up so I can be more prepared, and then maybe I'll take the enemy battle group next time so we can get some extra operational authority. Let us begin. 8 AM at Hünfeld. Alright, so we will have a little bit of support from these units. I'm not entirely sure if the enemy is, if my allies will help push. They may, but for now, this first phase will probably be focusing mostly on defense. We have a deployment zone over here and over here. We know there is 2 units over here because of friendly positions. Alright, so our initial goal will be to take these warehouses, so we'll have a wide front which you can push. And then we'll have to go through the center because we have no other way over there. I'm expecting the enemy to probably push through these woods and hills to potentially take over, or to get over here. But the enemy first has to take Bravo and Charlie if it wants to push anything beyond the line. So this is where we'll need to make our stand the most. Alright, let's deploy. I want both my tanks over here. And you know, let's give them a recon. Infantry will be deploying from over here. And you know what, let's also deploy the M106. Right, I have enough supply for more stuff. I'm not expecting too much in air superiority at this point in time, so I'll just make do. Right, let's also give you some support. And let's bring in the Humvees as well. We probably will need to supply these guys over here. The chaparrals will be useful in the fight, but well, let's bring in the engineers then. All right. You will proceed over to Delta. And let's set up over there with our other units. Our forces will stay in the woods. We'll also come over here. And my Humvees will be going get you over there. Right. Let's see if we can get some eyes on warehouses. Alright. Let us begin. Small units, probably infantry. We have some artillery over here. So the J-Stars definitely is useful, although it isn't a perfect system. It approximates the enemy positions, which can be useful, but obviously not perfect. Let's get you over here. Get some eyes on stuff so I can be sure of what's going on. Only 3 singles now. Right, let's get you to a broad formation. And let's have you be quiet. Give me eyes, please. Mortars are already engaging. And let's have you target these ones, because they are the wealthiest target. Alright, so the range on these, on the M1s, is a little bit longer than that. Deploy. Got incoming. We'll get some in the woods. E80s. Alright, that's not great. And T-64s. Alright, T-64s we should be able to handle. Alright, let's get over there. Looks like we've got these enemies quite spooked. Alright, we got a missile system doing stuff. By the looks of things, where are they going? And they're hitting allies. Right, so far so good. Right, the T-80s are withdrawing. Let's push forward. Some more stuff over there. Probably mortars. Push up. Managed to kill that one over here. We'll take our time. Get your infantry back inside, because they're getting torn to shreds by the other units over here.
Running out of ammo. Ready. Solid copy. We've got multiple wounded here.
You know what? Let's just get out of there.
We're getting torn apart here. We're getting a lot of fire here.
Right, let's.
Got it. Pushing out.
Get my Apaches to help over here. Looks like they've been hitting my M1s. M106s. Taking forever to get stuff built up.
Too much. Move out. Move. Ready. Vehicle down. No survivors.
You've done your job, let's get you out of there.
What's next? Roger. Will do.
Alright, can I please have eyes on what's here?
Reporting multiple tangos.
We do have something in there.
Orders. Got it. Pushing out.
Alright,
Will go.
enough. Let's just circle back.
What's next? Ammo red. Requesting resupply.
Our infantry back in position. Looks like our Abrams are doing a decent job in getting rid of this enemy position. Right, we'll take the warehouses. Let's move you up so we can see what's next. I probably want to go and deal with whatever artillery they have over there. You just get over here so you can help support. Right, our TAC 8 is operational. Oop, we got incoming. Yeah, that's... I don't have the means of dealing with that.
Need Cassamack now. Solid copy.
Dang it.
A moment longer.
You need to be...
Listening. Will go.
You're fully restored. Get out here.
Zone captured.
Right.
What's next? Will go. Out. Visual on the enemy. We're getting torn apart here. We've got casualties.
Dang it. Still losing our Hummers. That is not great, but
Ready.
Get out.
It's a swarm! Get us out of here! Affirmative, over.
Right, still holding the line. Adjust some spannies.
Listening.
You can deal with that. Let's get this to do some damage on them.
Ammo red. Requesting resupply. Ready. Roger. Will do.
Right. Let's get the supply truck moved up front.
We're getting torn apart here. Orders.
Yeah, that's not really what I want the Bradley or my M1s to be doing. They need to resupply.
Will go. Now.
The MP2s, and that would kind of explain why they're being so tough.
Heads up. Enemy contact. We're getting a lot of fire here.
Get our infantry back in position. If we take Hünfeld, most of the immediate threat is gone, and let's get you out of there.
Roger. Now.
Let's see if we can take Hünfeld. Search you over there. Get our Apaches in position.
Cancel that now.
Don't like losing that stuff. Hey, dearest.
Orders. Roger.
They're taking back warehouses.
5 minutes remaining.
And mortars.
Ready. Roger. Will do. Unit set. Send your message.
Zone captured.
Warehouses is safe.
Making heavy direct fire. Roger.
Just hit it.
Vehicle zapped. No survivors. We need support right now.
Right, you get out.
Orders.
Dearest, I'm not ignoring you. Just being very focused. Get out there, fight.
We're in sector. Receiving fire. Over.
I'm trying to make a move here. The Russians have invaded, yes. Need to stop them.
Ready.
Using Murder.
We've got multiple wolves.
Get inside. Alright, let's get the other Abrams back. And we did lose a unit there. Alright, but we should be able to start pushing.
Listening.
I think that's expended most of the enemy's ability to strike. So let's get a look at what the enemy has over here exactly. And see about reducing that a little.
About to get hot. What's next?
1 minute remaining.
Roger. Multiple thermals. Please advise.
Alright. Head-on assault probably will not work in that direction.
Orders.
But I do need to set up defensive locations over here, and probably need to hit this as well. Right, the M1s are in position, back in play. Let's push. But time is up. Alright. It's not the greatest of openings, but we did considerably more damage to the enemy. And we actually managed to push back a little. So, you know, a victory overall. So, we'll have to do a lot of restoring, unfortunately. We should be alright. In any case, that'll do for this episode. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time. If you enjoy my content, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all then. Bye.